Hi everybody, welcome to the channel for a new battle report. So this is the second game of the Bellum Lacum. As a reminder, we lost heavily the first round, so we really needed a big win. And we are facing a team composed from mercenaries. So obviously we are going to target to get a cap here. I'm paired against Mibola, who is a Swiss player that I know very well. He's playing Warrior of the Dark God. You know already my list, this was his list. So he's playing a Master Alchemy with Magical Heirloom and the Veil Walker. Then he has the Doom Lord in the unit of Forsworn, so the well-known Doomstar, 2 Barbarian Chieftain on Chimera with a good arm save. And then he has 2 units of Warriors in Core Lust, 2 units of Warhounds as Chaff, big unit of Chosen Knight of Slots, and then 2 Chosen Chariot. So as you can see, a couple of single models as support pieces, 2 main block, and 2 smaller scoring units. We play Capture the Flag and Frontline Clash. And below you have the spell selection of both players. Obviously Alchemy shouldn't do a lot to me since I have Ward Save against Fire and no model that is very sensitive to Alchemy. Matchup analysis. So it's Capture the Flag, meaning I am in no rush to start the game. I want to see where it goes, if possible, and exchange a couple of drops. But as you know, my list isn't the strongest playing the drop game. I don't have as many free drop as him. So if he recognizes that, he might take advantage from that. Also, it depends a lot on his approach. I mean, it's Capture the Flag, Frontline Clash, so he can either makes it very cagey and don't take any risk, and I should be able to win slightly this game because I do more than him from distance with Occultism against Alchemy. But if he decided to go very aggro, he could potentially drop and try to come very aggressive at me. Dealing early with his Chaff will stop his ability to be aggressive. I think this is one of the key settings of the games, is the key part of the game plan. For me is to take away his Chaff as soon as possible to basically, just avoid that he would be able to chaff me and then move and push forward. Estimation is equal for me in the matrix, very slightly negative. I think, like I said, I should win from distance 1-2 points more than him, so I should be able to win it very slightly. Deployment says a lot, so I won the roll for side. I gave him Impassable. And then he decided to let me start to drop. So he had no intention to try to be aggressive in the matchup. We exchanged a couple of drops. I started with slaves, then he put like a chariot, then I put another slave, then he put some dogs or chariot. So very flexible stuff. And I think then I put a scoring on the left. And at some point, like at the 4th drop, I decided to drop everything for first turn, because I saw that he was going to wait. He had still the dogs and stuff that he could place. So I decided to drop everything for the first turn as soon as I needed to show where would be my flank with the scoring unit. So basically I place on the left a strong flank with the 2 Anointed, helped by the Kanim Incarnate. Then we have Chaff, the big brick of Infernal Warriors, the Bastion, the 2nd unit of slaves, and on the far right my 2 flexible single model, Kadim Titan and the bull, Overlord on the bull. And on his side he has the 2 Chimeras, the scoring in the back, dogs, Doomstar, unit of Chosen Knight, Sorcerer in the back, and the 2 Chariot in the middle. So let's move on to my turn 1. So I try to push slightly on the right and try to push also as well with the Bastion and also all units, so everything push a lot. Something funny happens, but not so funny for me is that by marching I need to lose 1d6 slaves, which for me a bit, I think what I have no problem with that. What I find a bit problematic is the fact that you need to take a panic check if you lose too much slave, or at least that's my understanding of the rule. If you understand that differently, please let me know, but according to my understanding, if you roll like a 5 or a 6, it's causing a panic check, and that's what I did here, and I failed the 9 rollable, meaning I moved the other way around, and basically I'm losing a key piece of chaff that could allow me at some point to chaff in a key zone of the map. So not so funny. He dispels hereditary, everything else is out of range. He's turn 1, he pushed slightly. Silver Spike does 2 wounds to my Titan on the magic phase. My turn 2, I continue to push. I get Rot Within on the Death Star, on the Doomstar. Then I get a Breast Weapon as well, do some wounds, I guess. And then I fail Gravecall on 4 dice. Yeah, with the Breast Weapon I kill 2 dogs, so no panic check. As you can see, the house will be a bit problematic for me, but Anyway, I don't want to risk those units on capture the flag, and then the Incarnate could push here, but still I don't have so many strong units to push against all of that. And this unit, the first flag is stubborn, so it's not going to be so easy. Yeah, also worth mentioning, I had the charge on a 9 here onto his Doomstar with no counter charge, but I made the stat. It's not so likely that I kill the Doomlord. It might last a bit, I might lose combat, and he might have time to bring other stuff around. And also, according to our pairing, I didn't need to take that risk. Basically, we were fine on 2 tables, which should be enough, so I felt let's not take any unnecessary risk, basically. His turn 2 is backing away, moving a bit to the side, tempting me to charge. In a magic phase, I Binding Scroll Hereditary because I want to move the Kalim Titan out. And it was also a card with not a lot of dice for me to dispel. He get -1 and I dispel Silver Spike, and he get -1 armor save, so Corruption of Thin on the Infernal Warrior, which doesn't matter much. My turn 3, Reform, push here, I'm able to get all these 3 units here. And I start to swap position between Titan and the Overlord that is much more resilient to his magic. Basically, I only have to dispel Silver Spike, and then Hereditary should do nothing on my 2-up armor save. And continuing to push on the left, here I rallied in the meantime. In the magic phase, I Gravecall the dogs, I kill all of the remaining dogs, which is nice, so I got at least 1 piece of chaff out. And then I fail Rot Within on 1 dice. He continued to defend, nothing crazy. Magic phase, I ward save a Silver Spike on the Titan this time, and I dispel Hereditary. My turn 4, I move more to the side with the Overlord, and more to my battle line with the Titan. Nothing crazy. I still don't want to risk any charge from the Chariot, because if he get in, he might break me and it's capture the flag, so I don't want to risk that. A magic phase, I Gravecall the dogs and breast weapon them. So between Gravecall, breast weapon and the attribute, I kill, and I also shooting. I mean, I had the Bastion in range as well, but I managed to kill all the dogs. So second chaff is taken, which is 11-9. His turn 4. Continue to defend, as you can see, so keeping a big distance between me and him. Magic phase, an event will happen. He's going to 4 die Silver Spike on my Overlord, rolling 666. Thinking, I mean, obviously it's reroll to wound, but then I have a ward save. If he does 1 or 2 wounds, that's 0 point taken. So I mean, the likelihood that he takes point on that is not that high, and the likelihood that he blows his mage is interesting. So I allow him to get the spell, he blows his mage, but he managed to do 3 wounds to the Overlord, so at least he take half point from the Overlord. And then nothing crazy will happen, as you can see, so I try to push hard, place my Titan here, back with the Overlord on 1 wound. I basically get the line of sight with the Titan and those 2 units to be ready, but he's going to adjust on his turn 5 and be ready with counter charges. As you can see, my chaff is too far away to chaff and get any charge, and he move enough back that no charge is interesting for me. He's steadfast as well, so, stubborn, so I'm not going to get anything here. Yeah, nothing crazy happened, and it ended up being a 12-8, so uneventful game, like we could say. Yeah, very defensive approach from Warrior of the Dark God. Very hard for me to find an opening on flags with the chaff not perfectly placed. Obviously, I panicked the first piece of chaff and the other one wasn't placed that well. Maybe I should have thrown my slave more away. Like I said, I think what played also a huge role in my approach to the game is the fact that we were winning on the table and we were pretty confident that we would get a cap without me risking anything. So I was happy with the score, and basically wasn't an incentive for me to take any unnecessary risk against a list that has plenty of close combat. Turn 4, War of the Dark God. I think forcing the spell wasn't necessary in a KG game, and it cost him the point from 11-9 to 12-8. And I think, as you will see, considering that we capped them, I'm asking myself, why did he play so defensively? Because basically it was not very interesting, I think, for him, for me as well. But basically we felt, I don't know how they saw the pairing, I think that's a key point as well, but we felt we had 2 positive matchups where we won 19 and 13. We had an equal matchup where Juggernaut was able to win 16, but still we were feeling that we were winning after the pairing. If they saw that completely differently, then I can understand. Maybe they saw that as an equal or slightly negative matchup and he was happy to try to stop me, and they saw something else as a positive matchup. I don't know, to be honest. But just feeling for him, it could be frustrating to be capped and then not having a very interesting game. I think sometimes just better have to try out a more aggressive approach. I think it was perfectly doable with the fact that he could have started the game, push me, use his chaff. I mean, he has plenty of stuff to play wide on the board. Obviously, I would have tried to minimize a bit his attack, but still he could have tried out something by dropping for first turn here. He was pretty sure that he was going to lose 9 or 8. So either he was fine with that, which looks to be the case, or there is maybe a problem. I don't know if they talk much also about the estimation and so on, because they are a mercenary team. They are composed of multiple players from different areas, so maybe they didn't talk a lot before the game and just say, yeah, we do what we can and try to not lose big. Maybe that was the approach. Anyway, guys, not so interesting, just another battle report, but also, yeah, sometimes that can happen. I think that's one of the thing that can happen in ID games, since my list doesn't go that fast forward, and the fact that we had the impassable on the way and it was flagged, it wasn't too easy to try to attack here. Definitely I could have played my slave a bit better to allow me at some point to chaff something and get a charge or get something. So that was definitely something that could have improved here and could have potentially allowed me to get a bigger win. But that's it, guys, for the second round. Talk to you soon for the third battle report. Bye bye.